Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. It's July. It's July 1st. Now, there's lots of news to break today, lots of things to talk about, both for myself and my LitecoinLeader.com, but also a few things about the marketplace. So let's dive into it a little bit first with what's going on in crypto, and let's look back at the past 30 days briefly and just get an idea of where we're at. Just a quick reminder that nothing in this video is considered financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Seek out your own advice and do your own diligence, do your own research. So all I really wanted to point out today with this quick chart here is the price of Bitcoin for the last month. And I'm going to go back, let's look at 3 months, and then we'll look at 1 month. So 1 month, we can see we've been stagnant between 30 and 39-ish $1,000 for a month. Now, in essence, that's basically been a sideways move the entire month. It's pretty much burnt everyone out and saying, where's all the action that we had? If I go back for a year, look at the volume that we had for the last year. If I zoom in from November to May, right, we had like an incredible run up from November to April. Right, you could see that we ran up from 20,000 up to 60,000. I mean, that run from November to December was pretty epic. We tripled our value, and in March we were euphoric. So we had 60,000. We're at 60,000 for quite a while through March, and then in the last 3 months we went from 60,000 down, and then we landed in this 40 to 30,000 range where we've been stuck in this sideways channel for over a month. So this has put a lot of stress on a lot of people, and a lot of people have gotten impatient, as they tend to do, and saying, where's all these great gains? What happened over the last month? Why are we stagnant, moving sideways, or in a downward direction? This is actually the right time to be purchasing a coin like this. Not financial advice, but this is the right time to get into the marketplace for Bitcoin, because you're in a down cycle. If you look at the 1 year chart, and you just see that when you run up from 60,000 to 30,000, a 50% pullback, most experts say a 50% pullback is a healthy response to a normal market cycle. The problem has been for the last 1 to 2 months, we've been in this downward to sideways trajectory on the chart, and we're wondering, like, okay, when are we going to go back up? What really is happening is that this is a buying opportunity. We're going into the holiday weekend that's coming for July 1st through 4th. This is a good time. Like, I've seen it happen a lot in Thanksgiving before. Families get-togethers, people get together, they talk about various things. Cryptocurrency inherently comes up for crypto people, and they say it's a good time to get in the market, and then you see an upsurge in interest and prices start to swing up. I remember seeing this in November of 2019, I believe, and there was a huge upsurge. It happened again this past Thanksgiving time frame. Family gatherings with a closed stock market, financial people want to do something. They don't want to be inactive. So it would not surprise me at all that we could see an upswing coming soon. But then again, it could be sideways for a little while longer as well. I think most of the weak hands have been shaken out. We could see that the volume has gone down. You can see the volume being relatively high from February to March, and then this lower volume in June, July timeframe, which means that there's not many people trading right now. People are waiting and just waiting to see the right time to jump in. That could be sooner rather than later. But over the long run, I mean, the truth is, if you look at the 5-year scale or further, I'll zoom this into a year and a half. You could see buying in April of 2020 when the price was, where is the price indicator? So when the price at that time was, in April of 2020, the price was $7,000. You can go from $6,000 or $7,000 last April up to $64,000, a 10x, if you time the market right. Timing the market is almost impossible, but what's clearly shown here is that buying when most people are looking to either hold or sell is the better indicator of, like, now it's time to get into the market. Again, not financial advice, but this is what the charts tend to tell us. And over time, you want to get in when people are getting out. For the most part, you want to swim against the stream of where most people are doing. The smart money is looking to purchase right now at the right time frame, whereas a lot of people that are getting out right now will probably regret it later on. So again, all back to the mentality and the cyclical nature of the psychology of the market and the crypto coma phenomenon. Just set it and forget it. Buy something, dollar cost average. Buy some every week. Don't try and time the market. Don't worry about sideways action. Sideways is not down. Eventually, this market will turn back up, and it's inevitable with all the money printing and everything that's happening in the financial world status across the globe. It's inevitable that the price will be heading back up. So I just wanted to share a little bit of the charts and talk about the psychology of where we're at. I mean, briefly there, you saw the chart. It's pretty flat for the last 30 days. And part of crypto is psychology. And one of the things that they do to manipulate the market is to keep it still, pretty much flat for as long as possible. And that pretty much makes everybody impatient. Patience is a virtue. Patience is hard to come by. This is a demanding world. Everybody wants immediate feedback. So when you have prices that are stagnant for 30 days or longer, everyone's like, come on, let's do something. And you want to sell or move your money into something that you think is going to move. So that's part of how they get you. They get you to sell. They get your weak hands out of the marketplace, and then they can take those paper hands, turn it into their diamond hands, and all those big whales and the people, the institutional investors that are trying to get Bitcoin, which is hard to come by because miners now know that they can hold it rather than sell it, and they can borrow against it, then it's hard to get that Bitcoin. So if you have the Bitcoin or the strong altcoins, which are harder to come by, you got to HODL. And I understand that HODLing is not easy right now, but that goes back to the comment I made a few weeks ago in a different video where you might want to try and slip into a crypto coma and just forget about it. So if you ever had a 401k or if you ever worked for someone and you put money aside in your paycheck and you got the money, you put it in your savings and you didn't really look at it. You didn't look at the stock market every day like most people didn't, but you knew that that savings was growing. Think of your Bitcoin and your crypto the same way. Just for every day that you don't sell, you're rebuying. So there's a choice you have every day. You can buy, you can sell, or you can just HODL. So HODLing is affirming that you want to keep it, which is in essence, you're not selling. So by not selling, that's essentially a buy decision. So every day you HODL, you hold on for another day and you just hold it for the long term because there's never been a point in time in the history of Bitcoin for any 5-year stretch where anyone's ever lost money from like point A to point B. So even at the bull run when Bitcoin was 20,000, go 5 years ahead to 30,000 today, you're still ahead. So HODL, HODL, HODL. That is what they don't want you to do because it's harder to get Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum and all the big coins that are out there. They're harder and harder to get. So HODL as much as you can and just hold on for dear life because eventually the market's going to pick up. And when it picks up, it's going to be that much harder to get in. All the FOMO people come back in, all the mad rush that we saw, the people that were coming in when Bitcoin was $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 and running up from December, that 6-month stretch from December to May where it just wouldn't stop going up. That's what's going to happen again. It will probably happen. You can't predict the future, but odds are based on history. The bull runs tend to peak in the November, December timeframe. So I would not be surprised if it starts relatively soon. Maybe it takes as long as September, but from September to December is another bull run. But if you're trying to time the market, that's one of the hardest things to do. I don't necessarily recommend that. But again, psychology, diamond hands, hold on as long as you can, just ride it through, and that's the way to deal with this marketplace. So I know it's tough, especially for the people that are just into this marketplace, but this is my 2021 self speaking to my 2016 self and saying, you're going to be fine. This is a long-term investment, and long-term is a year in this space. Just relax. The value will be coming. Now, let's talk about the rest of the July and what's going on LitecoinLeader.com. So it's July 1st. This is not the first coin that we're talking about today for July. I realize that Altcoin it's a daunting schedule ahead of me, to be honest with you. There are 12 more coins to go. I promised them all by the end of the month. But I will make it happen. There are 31 days in July. Yes, I'm counting them. And I do have a trip to Texas for the Bitcoin Ben event, which is next weekend. Hoping to see a lot of you there. But I'm going to make it happen. I'm probably going to try and do 5 or 6 coins before, record them at least, before I go to Texas, and then have 5 or 6 to knock out when I get back. But at the end of July, anyone who's a subscriber, even if you join LitecoinLeader.com on July 28th, I hope you join sooner, but if you join for the entry level of $20 a month to get in, see all the videos, have access to all 35 coin videos, you can get all the coins and figure out where they go on the board. And then when the opportunity opens up to start to submit your entry form for the contest to win a trip to Myrtle Beach, you can do that. And the winner gets to dinner with me, and they get to travel to Myrtle Beach for up to 4 people. But we talked about that before. But if you haven't heard about it, it's essentially a trip. It's a chance for $20, I guess $40 if you get to August, which you should, to win a trip to Myrtle Beach for up to 4 people. There's going to be a meetup. There's going to be a dinner with me. It's going to be a great time. So, and it's on our collective schedule. So that's why there's not an appointment set yet. It's probably going to be September or sometime between September and November. I know it's a big window, but we'll figure it out. So get the 12 videos, join LitecoinLeader.com, get the 12 videos, watch the previous 23, and get up to speed on all 35 coins, fill up your Altcoinopoly board, and then in August, you'll be able to submit your board as an entry to win the contest. So as I said, there's a lot of videos to make. I'm committing to it. I've got 12 coins. I've already got one that's done today. I'm sure Bitcoin Ben followers will know what that coin is. They'll recognize it immediately, but I've got a lot of good information about that coin, and I'm sure it's going to be a big topic of conversation next weekend. So with that said, there's lots going on. I hope you see you at LitecoinLeader.com. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and stay smart, stay hodling, stay in the game, relax. The value is coming. Crypto is the only asset class that we know exactly how much of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Digibyte, Bitcoin Cash, other coins with fixed market or fixed supply, we know how much there's ever going to be. No other asset class can we say that, even of gold. So hodl on, we'll all be fine, and I'll see you next time.